Keeping it real. Keeping it real. I got a little bit of stuff to unpack today, y'all. So I got my notes here. I'm gonna read my notes and then I'm gonna begin to unpack. Know your worth. Don't let people tell you who you are, right? Know your worth. Don't let people tell you who you are. We continue to allow people to hurt us and try to blame us. And no, let me say this again. We continue to allow other people to hurt us and try to blame them. A person will only do what you allow. A person will only do what you allow, right? So I say that to say this. There were times when I found myself blaming other people for things that I had participated in. It takes two to participate, and I participated in as well. You know better, but you won't do better. You know when something ain't right. You know when somebody ain't right for you, right? You know all the signs are there, but you just, you want to see something that you want to see. Evidently, it's not who they are. They show you who they are, and they will continue to show you who they are. And it's up to you to decide whether or not you're gonna deal with this and you're gonna be done with it. But you have to know your worth, and you have to know your value. And I see a lot of times that people in these situations, and I'm not even gonna call them relationships. I'm gonna say situations. People are in situations where they are not being valued. They're just not. The person is doing whatever they want to do, and they are sitting there letting them do that. And I say letting them because a person can only do what you allow them to do, right? And I say that to say this. A lot of times, what hurts us is our expectations and our perception. We expect this person to do and be all these things that we want them to be. And a lot of us, end up hurt because the person turned out to be exactly who they are. You cannot change anybody. And you go on these dates or whatever you do, and you sit down and you divulge all of this information. So you know what they do? Store it all here, right? And they'll tell you all of these things to get what they want from you, right? And the next thing you know, you're in the middle of the bed, right? And guess what? Got them. And they'll keep doing these things. Things will be good, then things will go, they'll just keep doing these things to get what they want from you. You have to value yourself, or nobody else is going to value you. You have to respect yourself, or nobody else is going to respect you. You have to know these things, and you have to have these tools. You have to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you know who you're not, and you know what you're not going to deal with, and you know who you don't want. And you find yourself in these situations over and over again. I know y'all probably tired of me talking about relationships, but I have a lot of experience in relationships, right? And I see it, and I try to help people, but you have to get to the point where you're sick and tired. I don't know what that is for you. For me, it took a lot as well. So I just listen, and I'm like, okay, so what are you going to do? Because, you can't keep doing this. Because once you get tired of running that rat race, you're going to be like, you know what? I need to do something different. Excuse me, I need to work on myself. Two broken people, what are y'all going to do for each other? What are y'all going to do, right? It's only going to last so long. You only can go so far. You need help. And you got to be whole and complete before you get into a relationship, situationship, whatever ship you want to call it. You have to be whole and complete before you entertain anybody or anything. And for a long time, for myself, I just wanted to be in a relationship. I just had to be in a relationship. And the only relationship I needed to be in was with God and with myself. I kept doing it wrong every time. And the same thing kept happening every time. I end up losing every time until I started working on myself. You have got to take the time for you by yourself. We get out of a relationship, get back in and out, in and out, in and out. And then we wonder why we're going crazy. We wonder why all this stuff is going on inside our head. There is a such thing as soul ties. Okay? And what is soul ties? Every time you have sex with somebody, right? All of this stuff is exchanged. It is. And all this stuff is inside of you. You're going crazy. You don't know what's going on. I can't stop thinking about him. I don't know why. I just can't leave him alone. It's a true thing. Look it up. Look it up. I'm not going to go into the details about that because that's a whole nother subject. But it's a true thing. You got to know who you are. And you got to work on yourself, for yourself, by yourself. You do. And I wish back then, I wish I had somebody like me in my ear, just like, what you doing? Like, come on. And I know when you're in love or you're in lust, you don't want to hear nothing nobody say. No, you don't want to hear that mess. I don't want to hear that, whatever. I love him. I love her. Y'all know, you already know. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You got to get sick and tired. And only you know when that is, right? So when it comes to matters of the heart, I just sit back and I listen because I know what it's like. I've been there. I've done that. I know when you think you love somebody, can't nobody tell you nothing. And the more you get in the middle of that bed, the harder it's going to be to get out of that relationship. It's going to be so hard to get out of that. Because every time you do that, you get deeper and deeper and deeper connected to this person. And this ain't the right way to do things. It's not, right? I know I'm the last person to talk. But I'm telling you, had I done things a different way, I would have prevented myself from so much hurt and so much pain. A lot of these things we do to ourselves, right? It takes two. This person ain't just doing all this stuff to you. And you sitting there taking it. You sitting there putting up with it. And then it's like a cycle. Oh, you done with them. You fed up. It's over. It's blue, blah, blah, blah. Then the next thing you know, you back in the middle of that bed and it start all over again. Every time you get back in the middle of that bed, it's going to start all over again. When I say cut, block, and delete, on repeat. You have to do that in order to get over that person, in order to move on. You can't move on if you still up under them. How many times I got to say that? You can't move on if you stand up under somebody, on top of them, however you want to call it. You can't get past that if you keep doing that. You got to get yourself together. And you can't get yourself together with all that going on. It messes with this and it messes with this. Okay? You've got to get alone and get yourself together. You got to pray. You got to work on you, for you. Because a person is only going to do what you allow them to do. You can't sit up here and blame this person for stuff that you allowing. You cannot continue to sing this same song. You can't. That's probably why I don't have a lot of friends right now. I'm going to tell you how I feel, and I expect the same from you. Okay? Anybody that care about you want to see you do best, want the best for you. They want to see you do well, right? If they don't, they're not a friend. They don't have your best interest at heart. Let me say that. And it sounds hard. And I know it's hard. But day by day, it's going to get easier and easier. There are so many things that happen for me. And I didn't know what to do. But I know what I was doing wasn't working for me. I know I couldn't do that no more, right? I know I couldn't do that. I started working on myself. I am constantly working on myself. Can't nobody come to me with in my ear. You can't even approach me like that. You can't. And for those who don't know, now you know. You can't approach me with no rah. No, you can't come with me with that. Done seen it all, done heard it all, done it all. We ain't doing that no more. We not. Oh, I'm so much better. I'm so much better because I took time and I worked on myself. I've gained tools to help me process things and deal with things better, because people are people. They're going to do whatever you allow them to do, right? So you get sick and tired of you. Only way things are going to change for you, and you know who I'm talking to, the only things are going to change for you until you work on you. You have to work on you, and you can't work on you constantly in and out in these situationships with broken people. You're broken, and when you're broken, you attract other broken people. And what y'all doing? Hurting each other. You will continue to hurt each other and hurt other people until you heal. Healing is, you know what? I did that. It happened. Let me take this time for me. Let me work on myself, for myself, by myself. You have to, that alone time is so important. That self-work is so important. That self-love is so important. It all starts with you. People learn how to treat you by how you treat you. Okay? People learn how to treat you by how you treat you. So let me ask you something. How are you treating you? How are you treating you? What are you doing to you? Who are you? What do you want? And where are you headed? These are questions. These are questions that you have to have answers for. Not right now, but a whole complete person knows who they are, what they want, and where they're headed. When you don't know, people will come and go, and people will come and go constantly. You've got to take this time to work on you. And you can't work on you in the middle of the bed with Tom, Dick, and Harry. You can't. It's not going to help you. It's only making matters worse. And I know when we don't want to heal, that's what we do. We put these BandAids on. We put these BandAids all on, right? Then they start falling off. We get another BandAid. What's another BandAid? Another man, another woman. That's the BandAid. We put these BandAids on. We keep putting BandAids on. You ain't healing. Give yourself time to heal. You got to heal. If not, the cycle will continue. I'm telling you what I know. I want the best for you, but you got to want it too. It all starts with you. What you allow will only continue. I promise you it will. So much stuff I dealt with and nobody knew about it, right? I was punishing me. By bad choices, bad decisions, just a big blur. I call it a big blur. There was a time in my life when I was hurt and I was in pain that everything was just like a blur. I was doing things that I know wasn't right, and I was just going through the motions. And then once that blur once it got clear, I'm like, what have I done? Like you hurt innocent people. When you're not well and you're not healed, you will hurt innocent people. It will happen. You have to take this time to work on you. You got to. That stuff, it'll be there. That stuff will be there. Don't rush that. When you rush and you get in the middle of that bed, be prepared for all the other stuff that's going to come behind it. We got to start doing things the right way if you want the right things to happen for you in your life. If you don't, this is how it's going to be. To each his own. This is my personal opinion. This is my personal story. I'm telling you what I know because I've been through it. I did. I made poor choices because I wasn't healed. I wasn't well. And when you're not healed and you're not well, you will just do stuff and it don't make sense to nobody. Not even you. You think it does at the moment until it doesn't. It all starts with you. I need you to love yourself, respect yourself. Your dress code is your area code. Remember that too. Your dress code is your area code. Let's start respecting ourselves. You want respect? It all starts with you, okay? It all starts with you. How are you treating you? How are you taking care of you? Make sure you take care of you first. Make sure you're whole, you're healed, and you're complete. And I promise you, the person that God has for you, you won't have to do all of these things in the middle of the bed to get them. You won't have to do those things, okay? Love yourself and respect yourself. That's the only way. That's the only way you're going to get out of this rat race. Okay? I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. I've been there. I've done that. And I want to help other young ladies. Reach out. I'll drop my email on here. Hit my inbox. I want to help people. I really do. But you got to be willing to do the work. That's it. That's all I ask you to do. Do the work. I can't want it for you. You got to want it for yourself. So, let me take a deep breath. Till next time. Keeping it real. Always going to keep it real. I'm here for you. I love you. And I want to see you win. But you got to want it too. Till next time. Be safe and wear your mask.